Hey, it's Emilio. It's episode 10. Where is Rod Baby?
This is JD's podcast. JD's Rebels podcast. We're going to sit, relax, and tell you all sorts of stories. That's the old one.
It's the podcast.
Look who's back. We are live. What a return for Rod Baby.
Rubber Boots podcast.
Rod Baby has been banished. He was banned.
True story.
He's dead to
he
you.
was dead.
Rod Baby is dead to you.
True story. I'm about to present the Eastern Championship Trophy to Orlando Steinhauer and the Ticats on Sunday. And there's, a minute while they're gathering behind, and one guy from the stands yells, "Rubber boots!" as they always do. "Rubber boots!" And then another guy from a section over goes, "Rod Baby!"
All right.
You live, baby.
Yeah, they never forget.
We welcome you to our annual Grey Cup podcast featuring Puffy's here. Hello.
Hello, Puffy.
Bump making his
I'm finally here.
season premiere.
You don't call me anymore.
Is it the season premiere for Bump?
Yeah. I asked him about 3 times and he couldn't. And
3 times.
this year,
You emailed me like day of. Hey, you going to be at the office? I'm never at the office.
That's not a good thing to tell the bosses.
and the return of Rod Baby.
How are those fries, Susan?
I'm
Jimmy.
stroking your thigh right
That's
now.
good, and it feels good, I got to tell you.
Look at this cowboy hat on him. Is that a Stetson?
Normally, what's that? I got white-hatted today.
White-hatted.
This is a thing in Calgary.
What does that mean?
You're made an honorary Calgarian, and so they give you they actually found a hat big enough for me, although barely, and this is like this is as big as it, yeah. So they would, after that, it would have to have been custom made. So, but anyway, no, they do this for dignitaries. A lot of people. There's a famous list. I got to look it up. I'll let later in the pod. I'll tell you all about
Prince.
it. Well, Prince, but also Prince Philip, who once got it for the 3rd time. They didn't realize it, and he got it kind of obnoxious afterwards, saying, like, I can only imagine him saying, "Oh God, another bloody one of these." Suppose I could carry around a plant in it or something. Anyway, sorry.
Your hair is a disaster.
Sorry, man. Well, that's the byproduct of pressing down.
So it's like getting screech when you go to Newfoundland. You get screeched
screeched,
in, but you
yeah.
don't have to drink anything here. You just get a cowboy hat.
Well, this is part of the Western spirit, so it all depends on how you interpret that later. So first you get the hat, so I guess you go get the spirit later. So, yeah, it's a little different that way.
We've been enjoying a lot of spirits.
Yes.
We've
Good
been very
Western
spirited
hospitality.
so
Well,
far.
you guys been here since Monday,
You guys got in Monday?
Monday, yeah.
Wow.
and those are the kind of green light nights, aren't they? Monday, Tuesday, maybe
Yes.
Wednesday,
Although my
Thursday.
Saturday sometimes
Yeah,
is greenish.
Yeah, so...
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday, well, sometimes.
Yeah.
slow afternoon.
Yeah, my dear mother lives here in Calgary, so I have that. I go visit her. So when everyone else and they get off the plane and like, yeah, where are you going? I'm going to visit Mom. So that's like the.
But not tonight, right? You're coming out with us
but
tonight.
I mean that I established the halo early. Like I'm not a partier. I'm going to visit my mom. So the rest of the week is, of course, I'm not seeing her again until Friday night. So, but anyway,
Are you going to just talk
quiet.
the whole pod?
Why am I even on?
Roddy's return.
I haven't been on in a long time, man.
He's
I'm
got a
trying
lot
to make
to
up for it.
say.
Okay, from now on, this is all you're going to hear.
We couldn't hear you swallowing that. What is it, Stella?
Stop. Insert a gulping sound.
We should throw a shout out to our sponsors today. Coors Light, apparently. Stella. 64 Kronenberg Blanc. And
Kronenberg.
Jimmy grabbed I don't know why, a raddler.
We grabbed Trevor Harris drink.
You want to know? So there is a craft beer store about 3 blocks from
Getting
here.
0 of these jokes.
There was a sign in Hamilton that said Trevor Harris drinks wine coolers. It was the best sign of the week. Did you not see that?
Is that what you're going to do? Is bring inside CFL jokes to the podcast?
Yeah, well, you're drinking a Rattler, so
It's
it's like a wine
really
cooler.
going to bump.
A Trevor Harris joke.
I saw a good sign.
He's here to bump your ratings.
Speaking of signs at I think it was at College Game Day, somebody had a sign up that says,
Astros one?
I hope both teams have fun.
No, there was a College Game Day one that they said the Astros stole my other sign.
The Astros. 2017 championship banner should be taken down from the rafters.
What did you just say?
the Astros.
On this family pod?
This just went.
This is one of the things I'm very serious about right now, James.
You've
The
only had one beer,
2017.
it's off the
This is how you send a message. Manfred, what's your first name again? Rob Manfred. Fried?
Fred? Rob Manfred.
I think it would just be Manfred. You don't have to say Manfred.
Manfred.
Seriously.
Listen up.
Seriously, when
You have one job to do,
Yeah.
is restore integrity to baseball. They do it in the NCAA all the time. They take away championship banners. Take it away from the Houston Astros.
Seriously, when do you?
Thank you.
When
I'll
do
be
you,
back in 20 minutes.
Yeah. When do you actually start recording? I'm ready now.
Let's do it then. Can I tell a story now? See, if you guys look over there,
on?
you see, look over in the garbage can over there. What do you see?
Pants.
Yeah, it's a sad day for me.
Your pants.
No, I didn't. It's not like your story from season 1.
I've done that, so.
Yes, you have.
Started?
No, not at all. Those are my favorite pants, though. I told Puffy, I think, on a previous podcast.
those are your
those are my
favorite
podcast
pants.
pants.
How can this story be worthwhile if it doesn't end with you pooping in them?
It doesn't.
Just in it for the podcast.
I was on my flight back. I was on my flight back from Seattle,
Yes.
and I was having a nice salad in my pod. And they have
You
like
demanded?
they give you like balsamic vinegar.
Yep.
And and virgin olive oil or whatever,
Yeah.
and I
that's
spilt
a
it.
shame.
I spilt it on my podcast pants,
Yeah.
which were also my pod pants. Apparently, very comfy. They got a lot of room down in the
Yes.
yeah.
You are known for your big.
You guys have gotten a lot dirtier while I've been away. No wonder you don't need me anymore.
It's only when I'm on.
So so I forgot about the stain, and then I was at the airport today looking down at my pants, and it's not like right where you'd have a pee stain,
Yeah.
but it's down in an area where you could have a pee stain.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, it's never coming out. So I threw out my podcast pants in the garbage.
Had you
Have something
actually
called
used a
laundry.
machine called the laundry?
Yeah.
No, but I did. I washed them. It didn't come out.
But I know how to get that stain out.
But you can
You
launder
can get.
things.
How do you get that out?
If
Rod
it's,
Baby
if it's
gets out
oil,
any
you
stain.
take baking soda, you rub it in for 20 minutes, and then you brush it off. It'll come out. Any oil stain will come out.
My pants.
But however, I gotta say something.
I gotta get my pants are out.
baby.
Woo! Oh Jesus! Sorry, I was
However, I should warn you.
I was twirling my pants.
Please remember that last part, because if you don't, where's the stain? Right about there?
Right in the crotch area.
Okay, so if you put white baking soda and it gets white and crusty on there and you don't brush it off later, you might get people also wondering.
Seam.
I'm just saying.
Basically, Roddy alludes to stuff, and then Puffy just says it.
Just says it. You know what?
They can always beep it out.
Yeah.
Okay, a
I
couple
used to
weird.
love it when Rod Baby was implicitly dirty, and now that's, as I say, no wonder I'm gone.
No, I have said the whole year I don't like to bug you during CFL season. You're not going to come in.
No.
But now, when do you go back to in January? Do you start your sports center again?
yeah.
So then you can come in every week.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing, and I've said this.
But you better back up the truck.
What I was starting to say before we had to edit out about 4 minutes is that I got a ton of tweets all year long saying, "Where's Rod
Yes,
Baby?
really?
Bring back Rod Baby." But the problem, and I've said this before on the pod, is that I am, as I get older, getting lazier, and the Rod Smith recap.
You
Took
write
a lot
Roddy,
of-
you write Roddy some good material. You do.
It was good, but it took a lot of time, and then I got busy, and then I'm doing soccer and things, and so
Takes away from his.
so we have to think of another way to bring Rod Baby back in
Yeah.
that won't take me any work.
Yes. That's
Why don't you start writing your own segment?
Yeah, it would suck.
No, it wouldn't.
It would just-
everybody loves Rod.
Why don't you
would-
just
but
fire
it would-
Lester
Yeah.
and replace him with
Yeah.
Rod?
Yeah, it would just be a lot of me and Emilio. The Adventures of Rod. I want to get Emilio back in too.
Oh, yeah,
so,
Emilio.
yeah.
I think
You
it's
can
time.
Yeah.
You can get Hank to do the trailer voice.
Yeah.
Henry Burris does a really good trailer voice
Does
What do
he?
you mean, like a trailer for a
Yeah,
movie?
he does.
for a movie. It's unbelievable.
better
It's
than
amazing.
Rod?
Yes.
Well, I mean, a different
different one.
type of read, but Henry can go really
deep.
Yeah, he does
Really?
this.
Yeah.
He does this really deep voice. Oh yeah, in a world. Yeah, that's
It's
he's got that
hilarious.
trailer voice. You know what
taking-
else he can do? It's just gonna keep talking because I'm gonna just find this. It's from
All
a
right.
Bugs Bunny cartoon. So.
Okay, well, I'll tell you a couple quick stories from today. My first day in Calgary, I took an early flight after a late Vegas game last night, which Puffy wussed out on somehow. And
Prep day?
Prep day. The two best words in TV. Prep day.
Prep day.
So I'm walking. I went to the mall. I don't know why. I was hungry and I ended up in the mall. There's a mall down there, an indoor mall in Calgary.
Is there?
Yeah, big mall.
Oh, yeah.
Big ass
Where?
mall.
Like right over here?
Yeah, like 4 blocks down. I don't know which way. I'm directionally dysfunctional. And I'm walking through the mall. First of all, there's a million good restaurants here, and I end up eating at the food court, like pad Thai. And I'm eating by myself at the food court.
Sad.
And these 3 kids recognize me, and they're like, "Hey, why are you alone at a food court in Calgary?"
That's pretty sad.
And so then I'm walking through the mall, and these 3 guys in suits, and I thought they were players, big guys.
Could have been.
Could have been. I didn't recognize
the
them.
Cats are staying in our hotel.
And they said, "Hey," and I said, "Hey," and they go, "Cactus." And I said, "What?" They go, "Cactus," and I go, because I always get anxious when people talk to me. Like I just want to answer them. I don't want to go, "Sorry, what did you say? I don't know what you mean."
Trying to play password?
So I said, yeah. And they go, "Good choice." And I walked away going, "What the hell just happened?" Yeah. So all I can think of is maybe, is there a Cactus Club?
There's a Cactus Club
in
here.
that mall?
In the
and they
mall?
thought that I was going there to eat or
There's a
drink?
place in Winnipeg where there was that a shark club in the mall?
No.
Or is that an Urban Dictionary word?
I think I'm going to look up the internet on
Cactus?
this one. Cactus
There's no
might
way
mean
it's an
something.
Urban Dictionary.
It's a code. Maybe it was a code thing that I don't know about.
I think they were playing password.
Cactus!
And you had to say prickly?
It would be a weird thing to say to a stranger.
Yeah.
And then I get on the street, and this is more embarrassing. And there's a guy sitting on a bench, and he's talking, and he's looking right at me. And I thought it was either a homeless person or somebody with some issues.
Yeah.
Because he was talking, and he was looking right at me, but he was speaking with a heavy accent. And so I thought he was asking me for money. And so I said, "I'm sorry, I don't have any." And he said, "I'm talking on the phone." He had his ear pods in.
Like, you get caught on that all the time, man.
Well, why do people stare at you when they're
know,
talking
I know.
on the
Hold on a
earbuds?
second.
Hold on.
I just Googled teens yelling cactus at older man.
It wasn't a teen.
Come on,
It was
in mall.
3 guys.
First thing that came up.
That's very specific.
Second teen charged in fatal stabbing outside Calgary Mall.
What?
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah. How did they know I was in Calgary? And how did they know it was a mall?
Yeah, but you know what? You know what, though? You know how you do a Google search? Wait a minute. You do a Google search, it'll cross
Look
out
when I
words.
said teens yelling cactus at older man.
Okay, but wait a minute. It crossed
what
out
came
two.
out.
It crossed out 2 rather important words. Yelling and cactus are not part of the story. So there's some fine print for you.
Still, this could be a premonition.
You're an idiot. Because I said they were grown men on the football team. So why did you Google teens?
I assume they were teens if they said something cool like cactus.
Speaking of premonition.
Older man yelling at older man.
No, they're not. I'm not older, and they're not older. I guess I am.
How old were they?
But older man would be
Now
like
I just get a cactus.
I'm a little confused right now, and when I get confused, there's one sound effect that really works. Do you ever watch Bugs Bunny cartoons?
Yeah,
I only bring this up because he's talking about Henry Burris's imitations. I wish Henry's here to do it. Henry does a great imitation of one of the classic cartoon sound effects after the characters bump their heads. So I don't know. This is an old school reference. So sorry, kids. Hang on.
Yeah, he does do that.
And he does it. It's the only person I've ever known
He can
that
actually do it?
He does a pretty
Is
good
that
one.
him doing it?
No. So when Puff confuses me, I'm going to play this sound effect.
ready at all times.
So yeah. Recue it, cue that back up.
What the hell is going on?
Registers nicely on
Well,
the
if you'd
phone,
make
though.
any sense.
How did that not make sense? I typed in exactly what you said to the Google machine, and it said.
But the Google
Calgary-
machine rejected the word cactus, though, which
Alexa,
is kind of important, though. isn't it?
Alexa, Google cactuses.
That's on Google. Not on me.
If anybody knows why people would randomly yell cactus at me in the middle of a Calgary mall, please write to the Rubber Boots account on the Twitter. Well, a second ago, you said something about a vision?
The vision, yeah.
Yeah. So this afternoon, we're taping this on Wednesday.
Yes.
I had a little nap about 2 to 2:45. I had a nap. I don't know if you want to play the dreams. You want to do the dreams theme?
I was thinking that.
Can you do it? See if you.
Baby, dry your eyes.
That's the old one, you idiot.
All the tears you had That's what dreams are made of.
So I have
I
this.
swear Lester's here.
It is. I sound exactly like him. He
someone
said
got
that
shot.
to me a lot of times.
I had this dream very quickly because it's not that interesting a dream.
Just now?
No, at 2:00 this afternoon.
This afternoon during a nap. You dream during naps?
Crashed out a nap in this hotel?
Oh yeah.
I crushed a nap.
And
Grey Cup week's important for naps. Naps
so
are fun.
my mom bids on a thing in an auction to
In
have
the dream.
to have a day with Tom Rennie, the Hockey Canada and former NHL executive.
Oh, that's not going to be fun.
No, it's not an interesting dream, but when she comes back from the day,
Yeah.
he gave her the Canada Cup trophy. The trophy for the Canada
Like
Cup.
the old school one from '87?
Yeah, which Tom Rennie wasn't
that
involved. So she
Great
gave
trophy,
she gave him the Canada Cup trophy. And so that was she. And my mom's like, "Here, what do you want? You want this trophy?" And then she also said, "Also, he found that I had a lost brother, so you have a lost uncle." And I said, "What?"
Tom Rennie did this?
Yeah. And then I said, she had a half brother, and she said, "You want to meet him?" And I said, "Nah, I'm good," which was weird. And so then I woke up.
very nice.
I woke up and grabbed my phone. It was like a quick dream, and Mike Babcock got fired. Do you think it's all tied together?
No.
Coincidence?
There's zero
Are you saying-
connections.
I think
Are
not.
you saying Mike Babcock's your long lost uncle?
I think it might
That's
be.
it.
You know who
That
told
old
me that
Canada-
Mike Babcock got fired?
That old
Dean
Canada
Willers.
Cup trophy, it's like a key. I think it opens a door like somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like a big key.
In my dream, it was. I think it looked like the MLS Cup because I just saw that a couple of weeks ago. That's probably why it
What
crept
does the
into my dream.
MLS Cup look like?
It's a nice trophy, just for the podcast listeners, because I love
Well,
our fan base. I'm trying to get Keith Morrison for trade deadline
Are you really?
to do our bumpers because I want him to do.
awesome.
I want him to be like let's say it's Tyson Berry. Does Tyson Berry move in the next few hours, or doesn't he? Wouldn't it be amazing?
It would be amazing. It'd be good. How are we on those negotiations?
I haven't approached him yet.
Okay, so
I don't really know how to,
We'll
to
call
talk
it
to him.
preliminary.
So that's not a no.
It's more in the idea phase right now.
fine.
But he has Canadian connections. He's Matthew Perry's father-in-law. He used to work at CTV.
I was just going to say he's
Yeah,
certainly
he is, yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
Keith Morrison, Matthew Perry's father.
The guy from
No,
the
not
Doors.
father-in-law.
Oh,
stepdad.
Stepdad.
The guy
Keith
from the
Morrison.
Doors.
Yeah.
that's Jim
that's
Jim
Morrison.
Morrison. Jim, right.
Let's do a segment because this has been a disaster.
been great.
Let's do an
Let's
episode
just
of.
start from the beginning.
Let's do an
We
episode.
could all be better. Especially you.
Yeah.
Let's do the Sharing Circle. Do you know how to sing that song?
I don't.
The Sharing Circle.
I don't like the Sharing Circle song either.
Well, that's two themes in a row you don't like.
No, I don't like it.
Because it shows that we care. So the Sharing Circle is just a segment where we talk about intimate details of our life.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I won't make you guys do that. I thought what we do, because it's the Grey Cup edition, we haven't even talked about the Grey Cup except for some bizarre Trevor Harris reference you made.
Wine coolers.
Just share a memory. Just share an intimate memory from the Grey Cup. Not, our favorite Grey Cup moment, Clements to Gabriel or something like that, because that's not what this pod is about. You can get
Barnes to Terry Greer.
Nice pull, though. It's a nice
you
pull.
didn't know. You started with Barnes and you
know,
did
I
not
know.
have a receiver.
Hold on.
Cedric-
Who landed it?
Cedric-
Who landed the plane?
Cedric Minter.
Did Terry Greer
Play with.
Oh,
I don't. Do you think Terry Greer played with Joe Barnes? Same era.
Yeah, same
He was
time.
on that
Same
83
time.
team.
He was, yeah.
But they might have been injured.
All right. So I want a memory from our time. A Grey Cups, like Puffy falling down and faking his own death, or something like that. Do you guys have a favorite?
Like intimate type of Grey Cup story?
I don't mean intimate, like
Well, something I'm not.
cocaine and hookers.
No, nothing. Oh, sorry.
Get this? No, this might be good. This might be better than any other podcast.
It's Paul LaPolice.
Let's take it. Take that. It's Paul LaPolice. Take
Should I
it.
take it?
Take
Yeah.
it. Just put him on speaker.
Lapo!
Okay, hey Lapo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lapo!
because that's Jamie Rydell, and I've got James Duthie and Sean Cameron here. So I just wanted a full disclosure. We're recording his podcast right now, so don't divulge any of your plan. I was.
Lapo, if you're getting hired by someone, you need to say it right now on this podcast.
Okay.
Whose podcast are you on?
James Duthie.
James Duthie.
Your old
Right.
broadcast colleague from
Look
the
at-
2015.
My old colleague.
I made you famous from the Bob McKenzie, Cindy McKenzie piece when you played a role as the guy who parked in Cindy McKenzie's spot. So don't forget
Yeah.
who made you famous. You're more famous
And I-
for that than anything you've done in football.
I do remember you had a beautiful line. Hey, do act surprised again like that. Just not as much like Daffy Duck, please.
Do you guys want to go talk to Lapo for a second?
Well, I'll give you a call back, but I wanted to give you full disclosure because I didn't want to give away any of your game plan like you would to me. Anyway.
Lapo!
Anyway.
Call you back.
Anyway, can I give you a shout back? Are you around?
Yeah, call me later.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, see you.
Love you, Lapo.
The offensive coordinator of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Paul LaPolice. Was he going to give you his game plan? You are that powerful?
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I quietly call out all the plays before I even see them happen.
Hold on, I got one missed call. Paul LaPolice. He called me.
Called
as
you
well.
first?
Yeah, he called me.
So an intimate story from the Grey Cup. Oh, you want me to go first just to get you guys
go
going?
first,
Okay, so 99, last time the Hamilton Tiger-Cats won the Grey Cup.
They did.
In BC. That was my second year hosting before you came in and cut my legs off and grabbed that job from me. No, it's not
It's
true.
the other way around.
Oh, yeah, wait a second.
I got booted and you took over from me.
No, I took
I
over-
hosted in 97.
I took over from Dutchie.
No, you
Didn't I?
No, I took over from Dutch.
that when he was
I
wearing
hosted in
Loch Ness?
97, and they said to me, you can do some play-by-play. We got a new hot shot from Vancouver.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I thought I took over from
Vancouver.
Hot shot from Vancouver.
No, I wanted to, truth be told, I wanted to do more play-by-play, and I did a bunch of games that year.
Right
And
now,
I'd been
likes to
doing
wear
baseball
turtlenecks.
stuff, and so I wasn't going to do the hosting anymore, so they had to go find someone to replace me.
So my
So they
break...
got some guy named Duffy.
So was are you telling me my break in life was because you wanted to do play-by-play? Let's hug.
All right, let's hug it out. There's an intimate Grey Cup moment.
That's a sound of two men hugging.
That's the sound of a hug right there.
So I don't know why they know how the old football guys in their initiations and hazing, which is now hazing is no longer politically correct for good reason. But they didn't do it the first year when I had the Grey Cup in Winnipeg.
It was too cold.
So in '99 in BC, I show up and Matt grabs me after we do our hits one day, and they tie me to the goalpost with duct tape, and and poured a full jug of Gatorade over my head. And I was still new to TSN, where you get a few suits. We get 4 suits a year. I think I get 4 suits a year now. I think back then maybe it was 2 or 3.
And
I only
A lot of turtlenecks
I
back
did.
then.
I only had like 3 suits, and they destroyed one of my suits. And I was tied to the goalpost for half an hour.
I remember that. That was good.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
But that's my cute little moment.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Oh, also, you know what was fun? When you and I kicked the footballs in Ottawa down the street at 2:00 in the morning.
Yes, that was
when we
awesome.
left the bar.
Yeah.
See, that's one of the
That was
stories. That's
one.
a good sharing
That
one.
was a good one. Puffy wussed out and
left
took
us.
a cab.
That's right.
We
Okay.
walked home. He took a cab.
Very cold out.
Yeah,
But
you were about to
were
fall
you
down.
not- and this is part of podcast lore too. Were you not dancing with a homeless person? Were
Yes,
you not,
I was, yes.
Okay. Just
Yes, I
wondering.
was.
We called
Are
him
you sure it was homeless, or was he just on his phone?
He might have been just.
Sorry.
But we
I don't want to make assumptions.
We
here.
shared the dance floor
at the
Grey Cup Awards
in
when
the
we were
city
taking selfies
of
with PG's awards.
Ottawa.
Okay.
Oh, we were.
There's a
killing it.
lot
We were
of
ripping
video
it up,
of that
man.
out there.
There's a
People
lot of
just,
video.
like
We were ripping
when
it up.
we start dancing, the video cameras come out.
That though, walking home was awesome.
Yeah.
Kicking the football.
Better
down the
moment
streets
for
of Ottawa.
you: walking home with him, dancing with me. Be honest.
Wow, that's a really.
Why
tough
wasn't I
one.
invited to this party? I must have
the
been shutting it
CFL
down early.
awards.
You,
It was after the
shut
awards.
it down early, late in the week.
No, not always.
Me and Puffy keep
Didn't
going.
Didn't last year in Edmonton.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
that one very.
It
good.
wasn't Grey Cup, but it was the week before you, me, and Dave Randolph.
Oh yeah, those for the Wet Eastern final.
You
yeah.
drank 37 beers.
Okay, I kind of lost count after a while. But this leads to the story that
was
you're
in
asking
Ottawa,
about. Stories.
right?
I have one, and it's a perfect tie-in because that was a good day. That was 12 hours. We
in
hit the pub at 2:30 in the we weren't okay for all our loyal viewers and listeners. We weren't on the air the next day. However, in 2012, before I did start doing CFL hosting again, we used to do a show that still goes on, Grey Cup Saturday and Grey Cup Sunday. And the nature of that show, from a TV point of view, is more fun, more festive, more about the atmosphere, maybe a little less about the game, right?
Yep,
You produced it. Dutchie and I are hosting it, and this is in Toronto in 2012. And as we've done in Vancouver and I think Calgary a few years before then, we like to go out and, as part of an obligation, really host research. You got to find out how the parties are going, how the festivities
100%.
going. Dutchie and I decide we'd go out and let's soak up the Toronto Grey Cup atmosphere. And so we do. And all I'm going to say is one of the nicest compliments I've ever gotten in this business, that the people we were out with, they were out with us the whole evening. They woke up really hurting badly from the night before. And Dutch and I had already been on the air for 3 hours. And we were killing it. And they looked at the one compliment one of my friends said to me, he goes, we were like in awe of you guys. We couldn't believe you're on doing a show after, I don't know what hour it was, but anyway, not something at my age I could do now, but that was good. Grey Cup, Canadiana. Like it was fun.
Dutchie in BC the one year.
And Dutchie could go hard too.
Dutchie goes hard.
Oh yeah.
Dutchie in BC the one year. He flew in. He had to do something in Saskatchewan. It was like a lingerie. I don't know. He was a judge for some lingerie.
No, not Dutch.
It was
exactly what it was.
I could not believe he was available.
It's Kate. It was Kate Burness and Dutchie hosting, and Kate was there early, but Dutchie. Something happened with his flight, and he couldn't get there, and he comes off the plane and right onto the set for 6 hours, and it didn't even matter.
Hold on, he got tied up at the lingerie bowl.
Yeah, and he just comes flying in. Hey, Heimer, what's happening? Yeah. And he's like, let's go. He's had like 2 hours sleep.
So
I think we based some of Rod Baby's character on Dutch Baby.
I co-hosted
Dutch Baby.
I co-hosted the awards show that night with Kate. And then we went out for dinner with a couple other people. So there's like 4 of us eating dinner in downtown Vancouver. And Dutchie called one of us, Kate or me, I can't remember. And we put it on speaker. And he was like, he was saying exactly that. He's like, I'm at the lingerie show. I'm hammered. My flight's in 2 hours.
Apparently, it's going to be delayed.
Is Dutchie Jack Nicholson, or is that Dutchie?
No, I can't do Dutchie very well. I don't know. Can anybody do it
there? Depends if he's Jack Nicholson. Hey, Heimer. Who the is Jaime?
That didn't sound like Jack Nicholson. Do you have a story?
From the Grey Cup?
Your favorite. It's a sharing circle. Is it right now?
No,
Remember when you Googled?
Well, one of my favorite Grey Cup memories is 2004. Ottawa hosting the game. Ottawa did not have a team, but they hosted that year, and the Toronto...
They did have a team, the Ottawa Renegades. That's
not in 2004.
Yes, they did.
They never host the Grey Cup when you don't have a team.
They had a team from 02 to 05.
Miami just doesn't host the Grey Cup.
Don't ever question Rod.
Is this the year the Argos won the Grey Cup?
They did. They beat BC
in Ottawa.
Beat BC Lions.
I can confirm that Ottawa did not have a team that year.
You cannot confirm. They did not have a. They did not.
So maybe go to the Google machine.
They did not have a team in that Grey Cup game,
You don't have
but they
to
did
go
have
to
a
the
team.
Google machine.
Rod,
It's the Rugal machine.
I went to the Grey Cup that year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know they didn't have a team.
Yeah,
Okay,
they didn't have a team in the Grey Cup that
You're
day.
embarrassing yourself right now. We're going to have to eliminate this whole chat because I just embarrassed the CFL host. I was there, Rod. 2004, Toronto Argonauts won the Grey Cup.
There are no... you don't get the Grey Cup if you don't have a team in the league.
They gave it to them that year because they were trying to entice them back.
Oh, Puffy.
I'm almost positive.
Okay, is this what's just tell your story.
Honestly,
Is your story based on the fact that Ottawa doesn't have a team? Is that why you're mad? Because
no,
it's
I'm
ruining the story?
No, it's just like it's really cool that I was at a Grey Cup where the team that hosted didn't have a team.
That was your story?
According to my Google machine,
That was your story.
The Ottawa Renegades are a Canadian Football League franchise based in Ottawa, founded in 2002.
When did they-
6 years
After the 05
after the
season.
storied Ottawa franchise folded. After 4 seasons, the Renegades suspended operations. 2002, 2003, 2000.
After the 05
Hold on,
season.
was it a leap year? Honestly,
You're
I've
wrong,
lived
man.
my whole life since 2004 believing that Ottawa hosted a Grey Cup that they didn't have a team.
But here's the thing. People listen to this podcast because they love Puffy stories. Puffy's a wild card.
Yeah.
He goes crazy on the town. He can fake his own death. And your story of the Grey Cup is 2004. The Argos won and Ottawa didn't have a team. That was it?
No, that was the preamble.
Okay,
That
tell
was
the story then.
Well, basically, I was just hammered for 4 days. And, surprisingly, pretty good parties at the Grey Cup. That was my first time going to
The Grey Cup's
What do you mean
legendary.
surprisingly? The Grey Cup
I
is
had
the greatest
never-
thing.
I've covered Super
Hold
Bowl.
on a second. I'm trying to tell my story. It's 2004. Ottawa may or may not have had a team. And I had never been to the Grey Cup before.
Oh, okay.
So Argos are in it, so I'm like, let's go.
Oh, as you just went as a fan.
As a fan. I was there as a fan. And I had very low expectations for the week. I was like, who's going to Grey Cup?
Yeah, you're a typical Toronto
guy.
dickhead who doesn't think the CFL is great.
Yeah, and every single party I went to, absolute delight. Hamilton Tiger Cats party was in like a house in the basement with like a bunch of dudes wearing track pants. But I had a blast.
Pod pants?
Then I went to the Spirit
Podcast pants.
There was a lot of podcast pants there. Then I went to the Spirit of Edmonton.
Oh, awesome party. Awesome. Your kind
Again,
of people. Your kind of people.
Really good time. 98% dudes, though. The only women there were cheerleaders. Still, great time. And the one thing I have pictures of is that they were bringing around beer with in their cases still. Like, you get those cardboard holders for the beer, that they're called.
I know what you're talking about.
And some beer had spilled out into the cardboard. And so in the middle of the dance floor, I drank the remnants.
Remnants?
Remnants.
There's no extra vowel in remnants.
The remnants.
The remnants.
It's REMNANTS. Remnants.
Remnants.
Starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Remnants has an A, and Ottawa doesn't have a football team in 2004.
Honestly, if you had said to me, gun to your head, Ottawa hosted a Grey Cup in
You have no
2004,
regrets from this story.
I'm like, yes.
Do you have
They
any
did not
regrets?
have a team.
Gun to your head, does Remnants have a vowel in the middle?
Oh, don't.
Remnants.
Do you have any regrets of what you just told right now? Even just one letter.
Remnants.
One letter that you regret.
Actually, yeah.
No regrets. Puff has no regrets. So,
It is very
we have
late.
a good time. We have a good time at the Grey Cup, and one night we were all out drinking, of course, and we go back to one of the
This is
producers
Ottawa.
here.
This is Ottawa 2017.
This is actually Ottawa too. You weren't there.
We should tell people, though, that, look, we work very hard during the day,
Yeah.
but it's one of the few times that a big crew of TSN people is on the road together. Usually we're isolated doing games.
That was Ottawa too.
And so
It was 2 years
there are
ago.
long
Yeah.
days at the Grey Cup and also long nights.
Yeah. And this one was a very long night.
It was.
So we all go back to one of the other producers, Chris Edwards, who does a lot of games.
His place is
Pala-
sweet,
like he had
actually,
a massive suite this one, and we're playing cards and drinking and loud, and this went on till like 5-6 in the morning. The next day, we see CC, and he was like right down the hall. Chris Cuthbert is CC. Sorry.
Well, we had a bane off between the two
Yes.
of us. But
Well, all we were-
Perhaps you're wondering why he would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane.
doing this very loud at 3 in the
another beer.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, that's right. We were doing the paint off. I forgot about that.
Are you the one that brought the Coors Light? Perhaps you'd like a wine cooler, too. That's reserved for Trevor Harris.
Sorry. Actually, Coors Light, I love that beer. Excuse me, that disclaimer. That was.
But that night was crazy awesome. But CC was not happy.
Can I tell you this part?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. CC had a wicked cold, and he was deliberately not shaking hands with people because he didn't want to spread the germs. Right. I see him at the awards. Yeah, well, wait. I see him at the awards, and instinctively, I haven't seen him in a long time, and I go, CC, and I extend my hand, and he extends his, and we're shaking hands. And while we're shaking hands, I'm going, wait a minute. I'd actually heard you weren't shaking hands with people. And in classic Chris Cuthbert style, he goes, yes, sir, but in your case, I'm willing to make an exception because his room was next to Chris
like
Edwards.
right next door.
And we kept him up very, very
Oh,
late.
my
I don't
God.
think he was too happy about it.
Oh, man.
Wow.
What were you Googling, right? You weren't even paying attention to the story. You were on your...
Googling whether or not the Ottawa Renegades existed.
And now, have you...
Honestly, it's like it's part of my mid-30s just went away. I really, really believe that they didn't have a team.
We should do...
It's bugging you now.
I have to mention the sponsors because we've forgotten
I
them.
actually sounded
iDrinkCoffee.com.
stupid there.
Yeah.
iDrinkCoffee.com.
My apologies, of course, Light is a
James's
sponsor.
buddy Slavic.
We love Slavic.
Yeah, Slavic.
And, of course, the Weimara, which Puffy and I will be going to.
I
Look,
did my first workout today.
there was a lot of talk about a fifth bedroom for the Weimara and Roddy, and I had visioned both of you guys there, and we talked
share
about
it.
it, and then it's only 4 bedrooms now. So, I mean, you want to come, you just say, Lester, can you share? Because there is one room that has 2
Well,
beds.
the only thing is Tanya is officially out.
She's out.
Okay.
So actually,
you
you
would
know
have
what?
it.
If you could have,
out.
if you wanted to come,
So-
you could go in his bedroom because there's 2 single beds. like little kid room.
So if it was just like one double bed,
I
and
could
like two
take
people
him.
could share it.
Yeah. He's
it
on
would,
probation
It would be like
right
Steve
now.
Martin and John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
Okay, well, they're
Pillows?
kind of close together. As Del, where's your hand? It's right here. No, your other hand. It's between two pillows. Those aren't pillows. Anyway,
let's do the week that
They
was.
were really balls.
We'll end this. We got to end this thing because it's a disaster, and Stoff's going to be really angry with
I
me.
think we can go a little bit longer.
I think we should keep trying.
feel
But
like
you have
I'm
to
just
go an
warming
hour.
up.
You have to go an hour.
Just
what
cut
the
it down to a good
That's
30
what the people
minutes.
wanted. We're not at an hour yet. There's no way. Oh, maybe we are. Not sure.
Let's discuss the week that was
with James Duffy and the Rubber Boots Podcast crew.
And the Rubber Boots Podcast crew.
Do you like that theme?
I do like that.
Thank you.
I do.
Thank you, Bump. Really quickly, I did the Hockey Hall of Fame on Monday. So the same routine always at the Hall of Fame. I host the Media Awards luncheon, and then we do a rehearsal, and then I go to eat at Marché, which is, you know Marché?
It's right in the
Right there near the Hall of Fame.
the Galleria,
Also
right?
an Italian pair skater, Valentino Marché.
So Marché, not a sponsor of the podcast.
Partner,
Marché is
Autorack
an
and
illusion,
Marché.
right? It looks good. You walk in there, it looks like you're in a fantasy world, all these different foods. I don't know that it's any good. So I make a choice of taking like some sort of green Thai curry concoction.
Man, you had pad thai and
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I'm doing
What a week.
lately. And it doesn't go down well. So now I'm backstage, the Hockey Hall of Fame, which I think I've said on the pod before. It's one of the more intimidating audiences because it's Lou Lamoriello and Brian Burke and all the Hall of Famers. And it's a tough crowd. Gary Bettman. You're not
Does it
getting...
have no sense of humor?
Yeah, you're not getting a lot of chuckles out of this crowd. You know, Václav Nedomansky is not getting all my gags. So,
Good pronunciation.
so
Nailed it.
You should do broadcast.
I'm backstage and I start to feel sick. And I mean, like throw up in my mouth sick.
Really?
Yeah, and because I thought it was the food, and you know sometimes if you think you've eaten something bad, it perpetuates in your mind. So it's 10 minutes to showtime, and I think I'm going to puke.
That's
And so all I can think about is that I'm going to puke on air, that I am going to be a meme forever, that I'm going to throw up, you know, on Haley Wickenheiser, who's right in front of me in the
would've been
stage.
awesome.
And so it was the most rattled I'd been before a show in a long time, only because I thought I was going to puke on the air on live television at the Hockey Hall of Fame. I settled down after half an hour. I made it. Coolest thing about that event, every year I think I say this, there's nobody backstage except myself and like the producer guy. And they have the plaques get awarded. So the people come backstage to award the plaques. So this year, for instance, Mario Lemieux, Lou Lamoriello, Angela James, Bob Gainey, Frank Mahovlich, Brett Hull.
Pretty good group.
And I get 10 minutes with each of them because
Frank Mahovlich dead?
You know
He was
what?
there Monday.
That's worse than Ottawa having it, like not having
I
a
thought he
team.
was dead.
no, he's not. He was backstage.
Big M.
Good for him.
He
I'm
presented the plaque to Václav
I'm
Nedomansky.
happy for him.
Big M.
Anyway, me and Mario for 10 minutes by ourselves.
Did he know who you were?
He knows who I am, you idiot.
What are his
Did
feelings?
he really?
What are his
Did
feelings?
you
on
introduce
Dustin
yourself
Johnson?
as James
talk-
Duffy,
no,
the former host of the national rights of TSN?
I hosted the Crosby draft when Mario won the rights to draft.
so that's how I remember you.
I've done this for a few years,
They,
Puffy.
they won a goddamn lottery.
I did.
And 3
was
cups.
angry.
That's what Brian Burke said.
Yeah, that was a
Famous-
quote,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Really
yeah.
angry.
You're good.
No, that's Brian Burke. That's what Brian said.
Who's Brian Burke?
He's a television personality.
He's
Isn't
on
he
another
dead?
Network. He's dead. He's dead to me.
Well, we're killing off a lot of people here.
Brian Burke's dead to me.
Anyway, should we end or should we?
all the
Was
week
it
that
a
was?
magical night?
That was just. I just wanted to tell you a little story about the Hall of Fame. How I almost puked.
I know,
Did
that's
anyone? Did you have any good Brett Hull stories?
No, he was pretty. I had to approach him because I'm writing a book, as I've plugged, and I have
Saturday.
we talked about him. And I said, hey, Brett, I just wanted to give you a heads up. I don't know if Chasers told you, but he did a chapter from my book where he told about 10 stories about you. And he's like, he'd know. That was all I said. And then he was gone.
He sounded like his father there for a second.
But I abused my position as host because...
To get a few stories.
Yeah, like Mario would never answer my calls.
No.
But Mario, hey, I'm doing a book. Do you think you could get a story for me? Yeah, no problem. Give me a call. Boom, Mario. Bob Gainey?
Did you get him? Did you actually call him and you got the story?
Yeah, he gave me his PR guy. so I don't know if he'll
He's a
actually.
PR guy.
No, you had to knock the story
Penguins
out
PR
there.
No, I didn't have that. I didn't have time for that.
You should have Brooksy back there with her phone.
I'd say you're further along with Mario than you are with Keith Morrison, though.
I think you're right about that.
I don't know. What's a bigger get?
The guy
Keith
from
Morrison
are we
or
talking-
Mario
are we-
Lemieux?
I'm confused. Are we talking about the guy from The Doors?
You stop it.
I've been on a pretty good roll. If you've listened to our listeners,
No, a couple of your hypotheticals have been terrible lately.
terrible. That's not
they
what
have
the Twitter people, 3, 4, maybe 5 people said.
Okay, I got a hypothetical.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you some Ottawa Renegades trivia questions.
Okay.
If you answer them correctly, I'll give you $10 million.
Okay.
If you don't, you will never return home.
And you'll be dead.
There is a lot riding on this.
Will you be willing to take
you're
part?
gonna be
See
murdered.
how you suck at Renegades trivia. 'Cause you didn't know
Let's
the
say
team.
I'm in.
Let's go.
Okay.
You got to do it now.
10 million. 10 million.
$10 million bucks.
First year, leading rusher.
Wait a minute.
He's not going to get that. For the Ottawa Renegades?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a good
White
one.
guy.
I'll give you a good one. This is fair.
Merrill Hodge.
Okay, here's your Ottawa Red Blacks or Ottawa Renegades
Sean
trivia
Daniels.
question. The first head coach of the Ottawa Renegades is a current assistant coach of the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Derek.
No. Let me finish.
Hold on.
Who was once a really good quarterback with the BC Lions. He was the first ever head coach. He is a current assistant coach with the Red Blacks, and he was a pretty big name quarterback.
I think I know who
And
this
he went by
is.
the nickname the Throwing Samoan.
Oh, so not Louis Pasaglia.
No. I'm trying to help you.
Hold on, the throwing Samoan.
You could get this.
Hey,
You work for TSN.
think coffee.
I didn't work for the TSN in the
coffee.
80s.
Think coffee.
coffee.
And Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea.
The throw-in Samoan.
Burgess.
No, it's not Burgess.
Meredith.
Where I was going with it.
Suddenly we're Rocky's
The
trainer
throwing
now.
Samoan. I know who it is.
Your life
I can
is
see
on the
it.
line.
I can see it. Does he have like kind of a bit of a fro?
Yeah.
Looks a little
Yeah.
bit like he looks like the son-in-law of Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show.
It's grayish hair now, but it was. He had dark hair, like wavy hair, definitely.
Okay.
Well, what if
Coffee?
should we give him the first name?
Yeah,
Hold on.
First name is
Adam Rita.
no.
First name is Joe.
Joe Piscopo.
Oh, you're getting closer though.
Come on.
Joe Piscopalian?
No. It's two things.
Joe-
Okay, here's the hint. It's
Pescatarian.
like the name is like Jordan Tutu.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a double
Except
name.
this.
Joe.
Jordan Bam Bam.
No. His name's Joe.
No.
Joe Bam Bam.
No.
Pop Pop. Pow Wow?
Close. Sorry.
Pow Dow?
Same thing though.
Pow Pow?
Yeah.
Yeah! I knew it. I live!
We're gonna let you go home and see your wife and kids.
Just so everybody's
Joe
aware,
Pow Pow.
the question I came up with,
Come on,
the
didn't you,
answer
like,
was
coach this?
Josh Rannick.
Josh Ronick. Yeah.
Ronick.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
And that's how you say
I
it.
think we're gonna wrap it up. And if we
right.
feel like we need to do something later after the,
Are we going to the keg downstairs?
No, buddy, we're going to.
Are you still
but
recording?
let's go to Joey's.
We're going to
be having
Nail's
a-
party.
Joey Pow Pow's?
Nail at the party?
Yeah, he hosts a party.
Free food, free booze.
food, free booze.
But it's gonna be like little-
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the Rubber Boots podcast. I'm sorry. Good night, everybody.
Go Renegades!
I love the way how you discuss edits while you're doing the pod. So.
Edit.
Stop.
Hey, how are ya? I got a question that I really wanna ask ya. Wait, don't hang up. I need to know, so I'm gonna try and push my luck. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? I know it's a little strange, my obsession motion with your choice of footwear in the rain. I know that you're on TV, but I need you to put your boots up on the desk for me. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? This is the part they call the bridge. A bridge has water under it. With rubber boots you can wade in the water. Just don't fall in. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like a dunk tank at the fair?
Do you like the dunk tank
at the fair?
The dunk tank, the dunk tank
at the fair. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? No, seriously. Are you wearing your rubber boots? Don't hang up, please. Somebody. Hey? Anyone?